let's get ready to yap about some foundation. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's just get into it. I have a lot of foundations and I test out a lot of foundation ranging anywhere from $150 to literally $1, and these are my top picks. Now I do have quite a bit. I usually go for more matte long-wearing foundations. I do have a couple that are glowy and dewy, but I am going to share like 3 bonus products to help me achieve a more glowy, dewy look when I want it. So here we go. And I think I'm gonna go from my most expensive to least expensive. Okay, so I'll start off with my most expensive. This is the Tom Ford Shade in Illuminate foundation. Sorry, this is a little dirty. I have the shade 5.5 Bisque. And this is tanner than me. Like this is like a perfect summer shade, but this really just feels like skincare. It has like a nice glowy finish, and it literally it goes on like a serum. Oh my God, this is actually so dirty. I have a couple shades of these, but this one is the one I tend to grab during the summers. And this is actually the shade I would use for when I used to use a mineral SPF, like when I was pregnant. I would use a straight up mineral SPF. I didn't use tinted till later on, but this was the perfect foundation to go on top of that. It completely neutralized the white ghost cast that I had, and it's just beautiful. Yes, it is pricey. It's $150, but I mean, I'm really into luxury makeup. So for me, I have a couple of shades of these. 5.5 Bisque is just what I normally grab. But yes, I do love it. Is it for everybody? No, because of the price point. But if you're into high-end luxe makeup and you just want to treat yourself, this one is a fantastic one. I mean, look, Tom Ford's packaging is just luxe. I love that stuff. Okay, next up I have my Dior foundation. This is the Forever foundation. What is this? Transfer proof foundation. This is just the matte one, right? And some of these sunscreens have SPF, like this one has SPF 50, but I don't rely on any makeup for my foundation. I actually like to use a higher SPF every morning, and I try to reapply, but I typically, if I have full face of makeup on, I don't. I'll use like a setting mist, but this is just the one I'm currently using as my moisturizer. But this is from La Roche-Posay. It's the Anthelios UV Correct SPF 70. I know there's a lot of takes on. You don't really need anything above SPF 30. While I agree with that, there are more recent studies and things I'm hearing from other dermatologists about the higher SPFs. Like if you're missing some spots, if it's a little thinner than the recommended like layer you need, you still get better coverage with this. So that's why I just do it, and it doesn't hurt anyways, But I love this foundation. I am in the shade 2 Warm Olive, or WO. This one actually is a little bit more warmer than me. It's a little bit tanner than me, but this is a really good summer shade. I love it. Dior products typically have a scent to them, especially their prestige line. Like not the eyeshadow quads, like those, not the quads, sorry, the 9 pan palettes you can find at Sephora. Those typically don't have that fragrance. But when you go to the prestige line where you have just like the single blushes and like these products, they all have a fragrance. For me, I enjoy the fragrance. I do have relatively sensitive skin. It's not too sensitive. This doesn't bug me, but I do know a lot of people that are sensitive to fragrance will not like this. But this just has such a beautiful like airbrush finish, and it feels so lightweight. I knew Dior foundations Dior just makes foundations fantastic, but I didn't find this until recently. I just didn't try it just because I have a lot of other ones, but I finally tried it and I love it, and I really wish I had tried this sooner. I love this one. I haven't tried the dewy one, and I don't think I ever will because it's just not something I don't think I'll enjoy. Okay, this one is like my more glowy pick for my high-end ones. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I have the shade 6.5. This one, again, is another tanner shade than me, and this I find oxidizes, unfortunately. But this, I think, is the thickest of all the foundations I have, and it's not like a perfect shade match. Like, it is more warm and tanner than me, but this is just the closest they have. I tried all the similar shades around this shade, but this, amazing. This is straight up a filter on your skin. Like, even if you don't really go for dewy, glowy makeup, and this doesn't give like dewy as in greasy glowy. This is just like, it has like a little bit, it has like a really luminous finish, but it's just so, so nice. Like, even if you don't like glowy foundations, just give this a shot because this is actually gorgeous. I think of all of like the Sephora brands, like this is just so beautiful. I don't know what they put in here, but Hourglass did it right with this. And next I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is just tried and true. It's amazing. Everyone loves it for a reason. This is actually the foundation I use the most in my pro makeup kit. But I am in the shade 1 and 2, and occasionally like I'll use the, I think it's 2 and 2 or 2 and 3, 2 and 1, the one that's called Tawny. For when I am tanner, or I'll use this, like this is my shade when I don't have a tan. So I'll use this on like the inner parts of my face, and I'll use this blended in with Tawny around like the perimeters of my face to kind of bring more dimension back. This is medium to full coverage. It's buildable, it's beautiful, and it's just, the formula of this is amazing. Now, when you have long wear foundations like this, the color can change a little bit. So that's just typical with a lot of foundations like that. Like you swatch it on and it has a little bit of dry down time, it changes a little bit, but it's not that big of a difference. It doesn't really oxidize. It really just turns more into a deeper shade, I'd say. But I love this foundation, and it's like a lot of people love this foundation for good reason, and I have like 8 of these shades. This is just what I use the most in my pro makeup kit. Okay, now on to my drugstore picks. So these, I mean, I don't really have as many high-end ones as more, I just have a lot more drugstore picks because the drugstore has been killing it with the foundations this year, especially from Maybelline. But I haven't tried all of them out, but these are just the ones I've grabbed and I absolutely love. I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation and Concealer in number 3 light beige. I mean, you can already tell this is like, I mean, on camera it doesn't look that bad. This one is a little more orange than me, but it's summer. I've been using this anyways and it works out just fine. And I use a brightening concealer anyways, but this, really nice. I feel like for a drugstore edition, like something that's similar to the Hourglass Ambient foundation, this is close, but again, it's not going to give you that flawless, like, I don't know, there's just some magic in this Hourglass one. I don't know what it is, but it's like once you try it, it's just, it really is life-changing. I love my buildable foundations, and this one is a fantastic one since it's medium to high coverage. I always do very thin layers when I do my foundations, but once anything dries, and if I have hyperpigmentation or marks I want to cover up, I will do very thin layers, like another thin layer, and it really just covers up. Like this one is very high coverage and it just builds up really well. And it has just like a natural, like a little glowy finish that I really do like. Yeah, and then I'll use like any concealers to brighten up. So I normally don't conceal imperfections. I will just layer up foundations and then use concealer to brighten. That's just how I like to do my makeup. Okay, next up is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I have the shade 128 here. This is way too deep. Okay, a lot of these foundations are deeper, but I work with it because I have mixing pigments. I have lighter concealers that I like to use to brighten, and it just works out fine. But I already ordered shade 118 because that is my Maybelline shade in the Fit Me, so that should work out just fine. But this, I mean, this has gone viral for a reason. It's absolutely beautiful. It comes out kind of thick. Like when you first pump it out, it's really thick. But when you put it on, it feels so lightweight, and this blends beautifully. This is almost like another filter in the bottle situation, but Hourglass is much thicker. Like you can really just, like this really just forms like a layer, and this almost feels, it just kind of like melts into the skin. I don't know how to explain it, but this really is a true luminous matte foundation. Because it's like a more matte foundation, it is long wearing, and it's just really, really beautiful. Like I think this is the best. Okay, I think this is actually my #1 foundation for drugstore picks. I mean, these other ones are really good too, but if I had to pick one drugstore foundation, this. And I did order a couple more shades to add to my kit just because I love it that much. Next up, I have Rimmel's Lasting Finish Full Coverage Foundation. This is actually my closest current shade match. It's really beautiful. And I don't know about, I mean, most of these are long wear, especially the newer ones that came out. But this one really does last a long time. I have worn this for like 16 hours and it's looked great. I also, you know, I do set my foundation and everything, but I mean, most of the foundations nowadays will hold up really, really well. I feel like just makeup in general has progressed so much. It's really hard to find a bad product. And if you have a really bad product, then it's a really bad, like it really makes a statement for the brand. And this one, I feel like not very many people talk about. Some people think it's discontinued, but I still see this on Amazon. And I've seen this at my CVS as well. So I don't think this is discontinued. I just don't think it's commonly carried at bigger stores. But Amazon also tends to have the best prices in my opinion. So just keep an eye out because when there's a sale, that's when I'll just buy up things on my wish list. But I really do like that foundation. Okay, next is my old tried and true. This is Maybelline's Matte and Poreless Foundation in 118, my current shade. This is actually the one I have on today. I've worn this makeup for 16 hours. 16 hours. I tried out trying out new setting powder, but I mean, I haven't touched my makeup up. Looks great. And you know, keep in mind my SPF is really, really heavy. And it still looks like this. So I absolutely love this foundation. I also have a couple of shades of these in my professional kit. I normally this one is my number one to grab for my pro makeup kit, but I will still have these for clients that want a true full-on matte look because this beautiful and it's a classic. I like this, you will find anywhere and everywhere. So this, it's handy and it's always everywhere for a reason. It's very popular and it's very affordable. I mean before you could get it for like $6. I think now with all the price hikes, this is around $8, but still really affordable. Okay, next up is Wet n Wild. I have the Photo Focus Foundation in Golden Beige. Once again, this is tanner than me. Just trust me on this. I have mixing pigments, but this one has like the paddle, which I don't know, I kind of like it. I used to use this foundation in high school, and this was kind of iconic. I don't know, but this one again, beautiful in photos. This actually feels really lightweight despite it looking like a really thick formula. This photographs beautifully. Wet n Wild actually has some really nice complexion products, and I feel like not very many people talk about it. So this one is actually like one of my favorite picks, and I actually like to mix this one because see, this is much tanner, and my like main shade foundation, like my lighter shade, and this just gives me like the perfect combo for if I want to go a little tanner, a little lighter. These two mixed together are magic. But so beautiful. I think I've always just used Golden Beige. I think that's why I just grabbed this shade because I just remember using this in high school. But I mean, I don't know. I was not the best at shade matching then either. Okay, but the last foundation that I have to recommend is only $1.88, maybe $1.55. I don't know, but the company advertises all their makeup at $1, but some of the products that they donate to specific organizations, I think pop-out organization, they're a little higher, but still really affordable. This is the AOA Studio Satin Drop Foundation. This, beautiful. This has to be my favorite Shop Miss A product. I actually have worked with Shop Miss A and I truly do love their products. I have been talking about their products way before ever working with them. I'm in the shade L2. And this is just super, super beautiful. Like this one, it comes in a nice glass packaging. I like that it's small. It reminds me of like the NYX drop foundation. It feels literally the same. And I mean, it's a thicker formula. I don't know if the dropper necessarily helps. Like, see, it's pretty thick. But this goes on so beautifully. It's really a medium to full coverage foundation. And I mean, at this price, you really can't beat it. I don't know how they're producing this at such a cheap price while still donating to like a cause. This is beautiful. I have tried other Shop Miss A foundations, but this one has just always been my favorite. And I find that this oxidizes like a tiny bit, but it still works out really well. Absolutely love this product. And if you haven't tried this out, try this out. And I have a lot of actual like Shop Miss A products I really do love. I kind of want to do like a full face of Shop Miss A because I can like, it doesn't matter the price of product. I always say a good product is a good product. Like I love my $150 foundation, and I also love my $1.50 foundation. So a good product is a good product, and you're just gonna hear the truth from me. And I really do love this foundation. So as I said earlier, most of my foundations I go for a matte finish because it has better longevity. I typically use a really heavy moisturizer or SPF before I do my makeup if it's during the day. And I don't like dewy, greasy makeup. I like to strategically place my glowy base and highlight right where I want it. So I don't really like to have like a glow right here or anything. I like to have it exactly like at the center of my face, like on the higher points of my face. So I usually use a couple products to mix into my foundation, and I'll strategically like mix in a little bit in for like the center of my face and just leave the rest matte. And I feel like it just shows up in photos way better, and I just feel like it just suits me and a lot of other people way better than having like a full-on glowy face. But I have 3 products to recommend that I mix in. And like, I'll just use these at like different concentrations depending. But this one has to be like my top. This is actually from W7. This is the Lumina Multi-Glow Filter, and I have the shade Ambient. So this one is a tanner shade, but I really use this up to bronze up a lot of foundation. So come on. This one is an affordable product. I think I got this off of Amazon for like $8 or $10. And it's really nice. I think this is kind of like what they were trying to do with like the Charlotte Tilbury, like flawless filter. Beautiful. I have used this as the filter, like just put this down, put like a lightweight foundation on top. I honestly prefer this mixed in. So if I want a glowier foundation, like say I'm bronzed and I want to use this foundation, glow it up a little bit, I'll use a lot of this and a little bit of this, and it just gives me such a nice, more natural glowy finish. And if I want even more of a glow, I'll just use a soft highlighter and just apply exactly where I want it. And because I am using like my Longwear products, it's gonna last far better. Like your layers, your makeup layers are gonna sit so much better. Your blush is gonna last longer, and it's just, everything's gonna look far better in photos, I promise. Now, this one might be a little hard to find, but I do have 2 products from L'Oreal that I also do like to mix. I have the Lumi Glotion in 902 Light Glow, so I'll really use this more like a highlighting, like a true glowy mix-in product. Love this. And this is like if I want to bronze up like my face overall. Like I honestly will use this on like where I apply my bronzer, but like a little higher. And this is the Illuminate Glow Tint in 210 Neutral. I mean, this is deeper than me, but still really nice. I really like it. It's perfect for bronzing for me. I really do like it. I love that the applicators of these 2 are like I like that this comes with a pump, and I like that this comes with a thin nozzle. So I have total control on how much I'm adding to my products. But I mean, that's just how I add glow to my products, like just glow to my base for me, on clients, anything. And it's just a better result in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. I do have a lot of foundations that I have tried and tested, but these ones are just my favorites. These are the ones I typically reach for more, even though I don't really show me use it. I mean, in my earlier like social media videos, and I think a lot of my earlier YouTube videos as well, I used to use this foundation a lot more, but I just love trying a lot of new products. So I haven't been reaching for this one as much, but summer months are coming, and I probably will go back to reaching for this a lot more because, you know, I don't want it to go bad, so I'm going to use it up. But I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, you can follow me on my socials because I like to switch up my daily base products often and give you like my thoughts and update thoughts as I try things out. And I will be reaching for a lot of these like old favorites like this one and my Hourglass one because I am getting tanner. These are going to match me a little better right now. But yeah, you can follow me on my social media there because I post there a lot more often. And I love seeing everyone's comments. I love talking to you guys. So hit me up. Leave a comment, like my videos, follow me, something. But I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you again soon.